watching Time Warner Cable's local edition. This is the Sacramento Report. I'm Jaime Garza. Thanks for joining us. With me today is Assemblywoman Fiona Ma. And we were talking about the issues of those handicapped placard. And you're telling me that there's abuse, and quite a bit of abuse here in California.
There is. San Francisco is a densely populated city, and so parking spaces are at a premium, as you know. In California, there are 23 million registered drivers, and 2.3 million of them have a handicap placard. Now, what we are finding in San Francisco especially is that there is a market for illegal placards. They're selling it on Craigslist, for example, for $250. And if you have one of these placards, you can park pretty much free all day, anywhere you want, and avoid tickets. So obviously there is a value to having this. What my bill does is it allows the parking control officers to enforce the regulation of these placards. Right now, only police officers can do it. And as we know, police officers should be out there on the street chasing bad guys and not going to ticket and, check for handicap placards. It also allows cities and counties to increase the fines anywhere between $250 to $1,000 to make this more of a deterrent so that people don't actually, try to use these handicap placards.
Are we looking at two different issues here? Are we looking at fake placards, and are we also looking at placards that says, oh yeah, my mom has it, she doesn't need it anymore, I'm using it?
Both. The fake placards that are out there on the market are very, very hard to detect from the real ones. So the control officers really need to be trained to see and identify which ones are real and which ones are fake. The second one is who's really using it. Is it someone that, the mother or the parent needs the placard, yet the kid wants to go, just go to the Walgreens and, hang it up and run in and out. I mean, that is not acceptable. So it's two issues that we're looking for.
I have to admit, I've seen that in parking lots where you see a young teenager get out, they parked at the very beginning, and then there's somebody else who actually needs that parking space and they drive by. The reaction from most people is, come on, right?
Exactly. And for those that truly need, who have a disability, they should be able to have access to that space when they need it. And for those that are abusing it, we're going to clamp down on that.
The pocketbook always talks, it seems like, on a lot of things. Let's talk about one other thing, safe body art. We're talking about tattoos, we're talking about piercings.
Yes.
What's your interest in this topic?
Well, someone who's very close to me has a lot of tattoos and body piercings. And I was really shocked when this bill was brought to me that there is not regulations, standards that these body art and tattoo parlors, practice. And that was my real interest, is saying, well, if all of these people are now getting tattoos and body piercings all over, they think that they're getting it safely at a place where they are certifying and sterilizing their equipment, yet they may not be. And so that is the premise for my bill. And as we know, a lot of blood-borne diseases are transferred through needles, AIDS, hepatitis B, and all of those. And so it's very important that we establish these standards, enforcements, who can enforce it, and also let the consumer know what their rights are and what they also should be looking for when they go to one of these establishments.
This really takes me by surprise, because if you're going to a nail salon, that's regulated, and we know what can happen to the fungus and things like that.
Right.
And in a way, this is even more intrusive in terms of going through the cartilage and the skin, and that's not. So where did we miss the boat here?
Well, about 10 years ago, due to the growing popularity of tattooing and body art, we did pass a bill up here that said that cities and counties, environmental health programs, health agencies should promulgate regulations and standards. 10 years later, it's never been done. So that's what my bill is doing. It is actually putting the words into the standards that these establishments, these businesses are now going to have to follow, because it just wasn't done internally, through the health departments.
Some good guidelines there. Fiona Ma, always a pleasure to visit with you. Thanks for coming on in here. This has been Time Warner Cable's local edition, the Sacramento Report. I'm Jaime Garza. Have a very nice day.